guys, Chef Renee here. Thank you so much for tuning in to Savor Pride and hanging out with me this evening. I would certainly love to thank all of our sponsors, especially God's Love We Deliver. Please find it within your hearts to donate, and please enjoy the cocktail recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you. And remember to drink responsibly. But I remember we've got COVID-19 happening, so we're all indoors. So let's just drink up and have a party. Okay? So, gotta grab our shaker. Make sure you got some ice. All right. This is a blood orange cocktail. It is a BTC cocktail that can be found at Nordstrom, the flagship store in New York City. If you have not been there, I suggest that when everything opens up, you find a way to go there, check it out. It opened up last October, and I can guarantee you something that I really, really love about them is you can drink and shop at the same time. There's a donut spot in there. I love donuts. If you know me personally, you know that I love donuts. I have a major sweet tooth. And I don't know, somewhere within that, I could make some really wrong decisions or some really bad decisions about, spending money, but that's okay. I think we all should treat ourselves as soon as everything opens up. With that being said, let me show you what exactly this cocktail is going to entail. So grab 2 ice cubes. You're going to need some blood orange juice here, some fresh. Okay. Hint of lime juice. This is a very fresh cocktail. And of course, a bit of agave. You need that sweetness. Not too much. Now let me get fancy. I want to be a bartender here. Okay? So we've got some agave tequila. Should I go a little light or a little heavy? I'll go heavy. I'm indoors. Okay, now before I start shaking everything on up, I'm actually going to grab a little brush here. Get a little bit of that agave on there. You want to get a little bit onto the rim of the glass because it's party time and that's what we like around here. Just a little smidge, exactly what you want. All right. Let's give it a little shake, And of course, you want to get some ice cubes in there. I always suggest that you get a cocktail going or something of the sort before cooking because it just kind of like eases everything. I can't get that thing open. I'm usually really, really good with that. But you know what? We need some club soda on this. Give it a little spritz. Refreshing. Not too much. Look at that color. How beautiful is that? Grab a slice, blood orange. Get that on there. Of course, a little bit of mint. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Look at that. Come on, guys. Okay. Cheers. Salud. Thank you for joining me this evening. That is dangerous business right there. Okay. That's good stuff. Now, I've got my cocktail. Hope you've got your cocktail. Follow the recipe. Always, always. Don't add as much as I do. Let's start cooking. I still can't get over this cocktail. All right. So, guys, I'm making my herb roasted chicken with fondant potatoes, broccolini, and a nice chim sauce. Now, if you're wondering what chim sauce is, it's actually my version of chimichurri sauce. So let's just get to it. Hope you have your ingredients. Let's bang this out. The first thing I want you to do, obviously, definitely recommend always washing all of your produce, especially, things like not things like chimichurri, but things like cilantro, they come from the ground, have a lot of dirt, have a lot of different things on them. So definitely you want to take it, put it in water, go ahead, shake that thing off, then put it in another bowl of water to make sure you've gotten all of the dirt off, all the excess off, and then put it on a paper towel to dry it. So using a sharp knife and never a dull knife, what you want to do, just want to go ahead and give it a nice fine little mince. This is going to be a sauce that is one to remember. You can put this on steak, chicken, your finger, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, you know, pick somebody, pick something, and just let it be what you get into for the evening. Go as fine as you're comfortable as going. You can use a food processor for this. We have a question. What's that?
Yeah, chef. Is there a substitute for cilantro?
You could use culantro. You could use parsley if you prefer. But you know, cilantro just has a bite. I know a lot of people consider it to be a soapy sort of taste. However, if you're using it, you know, sparingly, you know, it shouldn't be a problem. Get that into a bowl. Now I'm being very careful with this knife. It is extremely sharp. For this, you are also going to need some Fresno pepper. Just be careful. It has a little bit of heat to it. And it has like a little bit of a sharp sort of bite. Grabbing that from my ginger. But either way, you want to give it a nice fine slice and then a fine mince. You don't want to put too much in here. You know, you don't want it to, you know, overpower the dish. I don't think I'm going to use that much this evening. But nice and
Chef,
fine.
that looks like a really nice knife. Do you have a preferred brand?
I actually do. So I really enjoy Ora knives. They're very, very sharp. You know, it's a specific type of steel that they use. And I mean, this is just a beautiful blade. Like, just take a look at that there. I love the handle. Blue is my favorite color. But yeah, you know, so it's well worth it. It can be a little bit pricey, but if you are a really good home cook, you know, definitely something to invest in. Okay. Like I said, not too much. You want it to still have that little sort of like a sharp little bite to it, but you don't want to kill it. All right. Of course, some ginger. You won't need this much ginger, but the best way to peel ginger, just a suggestion if you don't already know, is using your spoon. You can just sort of take that skin off. Don't waste the ginger by, you know, trying to use a knife or trying to use a peeler. Okay. Get that little end off. So again, just coming in really nice, fine, slim little dices. This ginger just adds such a hint of, you know, again, a little bit of a level of spice. Again, you're not using too much of it. Oh, we have a question. Talk to me.
Yeah, chef. What summer vegetables do you enjoy cooking with in your recipes?
I love using squash. They really absorb a lot of the flavors. Carrots are really good. You know, you can add tarragon and honey to it, a little bit of spice. Those types of flavors, those root vegetables, are really something that kind of pop in a lot of dishes. I would definitely say poaching some pears. Now, that's not a veggie, but poaching some pears in red wine, really good as a, you know, it's a good accoutrement to any salad. All right, I got my ginger all ready. Get that in there too. And of course, you need garlic in this thing, okay? Come on, get out of here. Get that garlic in there. Of course, you need some olive oil. Now, this is a light olive oil blend. I find it to be a little bit lighter when you're getting ready to put that on there. And of course, some red wine vinegar. I like to hit everything with a little bit of salt. Kind of helps bring the juices out. And of course, a little bit of black pepper here. Give it a little stir, 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 stir. Now you want to make this ahead. Go ahead and put it in the fridge. Let it cool out, chill out. Because once you go ahead and let those flavors begin to marry, question.
Who inspired you to become a chef?
I have to say it would be my grandmother, Hazel. That's on my dad's side. I used to follow her around in the kitchen all the time. She is definitely a idol to me. Let me give you guys a little peekaboo here on this one, So not too oily, and feel free, if you want to take a finger, just go ahead. It's got a little pop. If you feel like you want a little bit more acidity, add a bit more. Okay, I felt like I needed a little bit more. I love some fresh lime juice in here, by the way. Squeeze that in. You can make this overnight. You can make this a few days in advance. It actually lasts a while in the fridge, so you're actually quite okay. So I'm going to take this thing back here. All right. Into the trash can. All right. Now, we're going to move on to our potatoes. Question.
Yeah, chef, what are some of your go-to ingredients that you always have in your pantry?
Well, I have to say some of my go-to ingredients would have to be my Chef Renee barbecue sauce, of course, my Chef Renee orgasm spice, which could be used on anything. And the reason why I call it an orgasm spice is because, number one, it's really healthy. It's something that I use for a lot of the athletes that I work with, but it has hints of cinnamon and allspice and, a couple other little additional little things. But it's something that I find to just be easy if I want to season potatoes, if, no matter what it is. And I always use it for my vegetables. It just gives everything sort of like a robust taste. Love garlic. I love fresh thyme. I love dill. Those are definitely, my go-tos for a lot of dishes. All right, slide that over. So now the fondant potatoes, what you want to do is you're going to end up cutting the ends of the potatoes off. If you want to save them for something, so be it. But basically what you're looking for is your potato to be like this. You're going to just cut your ends off and you're going to divide that. You can divide it into 3 or you can divide it into 2, depending on how hungry you are, how fast you want to eat, how quick your guests are coming over. Okay. So for me, what I'll be doing here is I will go ahead and I will cut it in 3 because who wants to spend all day in the kitchen in the summertime? Okay. Traditionally, they're usually cut in 2, just for the beautified aspect of it. Okay. And get a really good peeler. That's a proper investment as a home cook. And this is a recipe where, your friends come over, they think you've made a valiant effort. But like I said, who wants to be in the kitchen when you want to enjoy the company that comes over, when you want to just kind of kick back and relax. Like, it shouldn't feel like a chore. Yes, we've got a question.
Could you use any type of potato for this recipe?
So I would not suggest any type of potato. If you want to create the fondant potato, I would definitely suggest the russet. A nice baking potato would give you a sufficient yield for what you need to do. Again, don't mind me. I am just clearing my cutting board. You can't work with a bunch of things on there, right? Okay. Set these over. Again, if you want to prepare this dish overnight, I would take water and, soak the potatoes overnight. It also allows a lot of the starch to come out. So you can do that way. All right, let me just chop up my broccolini. So the broccolini here is actually one of my favorite veggies. It's actually, I prefer this more than broccoli or more than broccoli rabe. I find broccoli rabe to be a little bit on the bitter side, and you gotta be a little bit careful with that if you're not familiar with it. But the broccolini just has a particular bite to it. It just seems more fanciful, to be honest with you. So I just go ahead and I give the tips like a little bit of a snip. So I don't want to have it be like so. Yeah, question.
Yeah, chef. Does that sauce go with any other recipes?
Oh, of course. If you love steak, go ahead and have that on your steak. You can put it on fish if you want to and put the fish on the grill. It's very light, and that's the moral of the story for the summertime. You want to keep everything light. You don't want to overdo it. I'm pretty sure right now a lot of us have eaten some very unhealthy things. So why add to that by heavy creams and so on in the summer? Now we're going to season up our chicken, by the way. Now, I am going to actually start my pan here. We're going to get this on a medium heat. Yes? Got a question?
Yeah, chef. What's the difference between broccoli and broccolini?
Well, broccolini is a baby version. It's considered a baby version of the broccoli. So with that being said, it has a snap to it, but then it still has that softness at the heads that that broccoli would have as well. You just really have to try it. It's literally, it's damn good. Just try it. Don't question me. Just try it. Now, while I'm working on getting my pan hot, okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of the olive oil in there. And this is for our potatoes. Now we're gonna kind of work in reverse a little bit here. This is the power of TV land, okay? But needless to say, I'm gonna start on my chicken. Now, a lot of times you're gonna go to the supermarket, you're gonna buy boneless, skinless chicken thighs. However, they always tend to come with a lot of fat on them. And what you wanna do is just take your knife, trim the fat off, okay? You don't want any of that in your meal. We're trying to go as healthy as we possibly can, keeping it as light and as flavorful as possible. Okay. Now, if you were putting this on the grill, I wouldn't, be upset if you put it on there with the fat. That kind of adds a little bit more oomph to it. And as soon as I'm finished with this cutting board, it's going to go straight into the sink because now we don't want cross-contamination or anything of the sort happening.
Hey, chef.
Yes, sir.
How has being
Yes,
born and raised in Barbados, how's that influenced your cooking style, your techniques, or your recipes?
Well, I would definitely say I have a firm appreciation for fresh food, having been born in Barbados. I have an appreciation for, agriculture. It's a beautiful thing to just be able to see the product that is created in someone's backyard. My grandmother actually, she had a breadfruit tree, papaya tree, guava tree. It was really nice seeing it. And of course, mango trees. But, the young kids would kind of like come in and steal those. But, whatever. But I love it. It kind of shows in all of my dishes. I bring a little bit of sweetness to everything. I don't know. Those Caribbean flavors they're so integral to who I am today and why I'm as far as I am in my career. All right. Now I'm gonna get this right back on here. Gonna get a little bit of garlic because who doesn't love garlic? Okay. Gonna add some thyme, and then again, grab that lime. If you're in the islands, they're gonna tell you something. Yep, got a question.
Yeah, chef. Can we use chicken breast instead of the thighs?
You can use chicken breast. However, I would strongly suggest the chicken thighs just because they just present a different level of juice. It's much more juicier. I know people prefer, white meat, but in this instance, the dark meat is actually much, much better. So ordinarily, I would say take 30 minutes, let this kind of sit. The longer it sits, the better. but time is of the essence. So let me just clear this off. Wash my hands. Okay. So actually, now that my chicken is done, I'm actually gonna prepare that first. And this can be a one pan kind of situation, okay? Now make sure you've got your oven preheated to 375 degrees. Yes, we got a question.
Yeah, Chef. What was it like competing on Chopped?
Wow. I get this question quite frequently. I have to say I was very nervous at the very beginning. However, once I, was able to kind of stand my ground in a sense or get my groundings, I kind of went in there like, all right, I got this. I could do this. I could push through. And it was great just being able to even meet some of the amazing chefs that I met there. And actually, ironically, well, not so ironic, Amanda Freitag was one of my judges. And in fact, she is another chef that will be preparing a recipe for you guys here at Savor Pride. Cool, good question, yeah. Now, let's get this chicken into the pan.
How hot is that pan, Chef?
That pan is mighty hot. I've got it on medium heat. So what we want to do, I'm going to walk this on over to you guys. What you want to do is get a nice sear on that. You want color on that, okay? Now you're going to do it for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. And then you're going to get a sheet pan, take it out because you're going to finish cooking the remainder of it in the oven. All right, so you grab a sheet pan. I am officially done with this cutting board. I am going to scrap it. Or something like that. So the sizzling is happening. Your house is smelling aromatic. It's really nice. Your friends are getting ready to come over. Yes. Question.
Yeah, Chef. What's been the biggest party that you've catered?
Wow. Now, I think the biggest party that I've had thus far has to be a 300-person cocktail party. Really nice, really fun. I got a little besides myself with the creation of all the cocktails. I love when people give me themes and they challenge me in that way. So I'm getting ready to turn my chicken, by the way. Again, doesn't take very long, but there's color that is presenting itself on there. Let me just pick that up so maybe you guys can see, get a little color on there. So this is also why I prefer using the thigh versus the breast. That juiciness and that crunch, sometimes the chicken breast really can't sustain that. So, I try to avoid it. So good. Mm-hmm. So we're waiting. Got another minute on here. I got my sheet pan ready. If you don't have any of these like little miniature sheet pans, go out, buy them. They're definitely a necessity versus having to hassle with like a full sheet pan. You're gonna get it onto the sheet pan. And again, let's make this a one pan kind of situation. I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the olive oil. And this is what makes my fondant potatoes just a little bit better. I'm gonna add some butter into the pan with the oil. as well as some of the chicken juices. So that flavor continues to marry and carry itself through. Okay? Now, don't get scared, because when you put butter with the olive oil, you'll get a little, but you'll be fine. Okay? Just give it a chance. So right now, literally, this is what's happening. I'm just going to take that so it can gradually melt into it. Give it a little twist, a little turn, twist and turn, twist and shout. I think that's like a song or something like that. Yeah, we got a question. Talk to me.
Yeah, Chef, are there any great kitchen gadgets that people should have in their kitchens?
A mandolin is something that you necessarily should definitely have. You know, it's really good if you want to make like a nice Asian slaw or something like that. Get you a nice, clean, quick cut. Or if you want to do scalloped potatoes or something like that, I definitely suggest a mandolin. A food processor is a necessity for me. You know, anything that's kind of like cool that makes your life pretty seamless and easy, like go for it. I wish you guys could see exactly what's happening. So the butter is kind of foaming up a little bit. Let's see if I can kind of show you guys what's happening in here. I don't know if that kind of helps, but yeah, it's kind of foaming a little. And you kind of want to let it do its thing. Walk away for a second, not too far, okay? But let it do its thing. Stand here, drink your cocktail. Yeah. Question?
Chef, what are some of your favorite New York City restaurants?
Oh, if you know me, if you follow me on Instagram, I am always talking about catch. I love catch steak as well as catch, the original. I love Sir in LA. I also love Crustacean in LA. There's a small little quaint spot in Park Slope in Brooklyn. It's actually called Coco Loco. I love it there. I actually haven't been there since quarantine. So, you know, if you guys ever get a chance, it's Peruvian. The roasted chicken is really good. Just check it out. But those are some of my favorite places. And the boil. So if you're into seafood, the boil is, I mean, crab legs and you're cracking. But yeah, that's one of my favorites as well. Question.
Do you have a favorite celebrity chef?
Can I quantify myself as a celebrity chef at this point? I would say, you know, I have always loved Sarah Moulton. For some reason, you know, her authenticity and the way that she prepares dishes, you know, how she just, she speaks. I really have a profound respect for her. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. That little sizzling happening. Those potatoes are starting to talk. The color is beginning to come in. It's gonna get brown. You know, you want to give it about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. And after that, again, a one-pan dish, you're gonna take that same pan and you are going to saute this broccolini lightly, or you can go ahead and take it, toss in a little bit of oil, salt, and pepper, and you can put it in the oven with the broiler on high. You know, to each his own, whichever you prefer. But the less mess, the better in the summer, is how I see it. Question.
Yeah, Chef. What's your suggestion to sub out the chicken to make this a vegetarian dish?
I would definitely use mushrooms. Get a nice portobello mushroom. You can marinate those mushrooms, you know, briefly right beforehand. Put them in a Ziploc bag with everything in them or whatever. You can do it overnight if you choose to, not too much because, you know, they naturally absorb all the oils and so on. But those are really good if you want to use those instead. And it kind of gives you somewhat of the same texture. I'm sipping slow, trust me, but I'm feeling this. All right, we got another question.
Yeah, Chef. What does pride mean to you?
Pride means a lot to me. I first want to thank every single person who has come before me, who's paved the way for me to be able to walk the streets holding my love's hands. You know, pride is something where you acknowledge, it's, you know, it's good to enjoy all these parties and shindigs, but it's really good to understand the cultivation of the culture, who we are, and just recognizing that even being a face out here, I'm representing part of that culture and understanding that there's a responsibility that comes with pride. You know, it's something we really got to teach the kids, that they understand that they shouldn't be scared of who they are, but you know, they should understand there's so many of us out here that, you know, why not have that pride? Why not stand together? Happy Pride, guys. All right, so my potatoes are ready. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I just want to show you guys what's happening over here. Okay. So I'm going to just turn two of them so you guys can see exactly what's happening here. Okay. So you see it's getting that nice little color. I'm actually going to take it so you guys can see. You know, that nice little bit of color. Now, if we didn't prepare the chicken in here, you know, you wouldn't get little specks of the brown on there, but you want the potatoes to look exactly like this on both sides before you put it into the oven. And after those are finished, we'll go ahead and we'll put it on the same sheet pan that the chicken is on, because they're going to cook around the same time. Question?
Yeah, chef, we've got a great cocktail. We've got a great dish to eat. What is your preferred dessert pairing with this dish?
Anything with chocolate, okay? If you want to make a nice chocolate mousse with a salted caramel, with a little bit of, you know, add some brandy into the whipped cream that you're going to make a nice little chantilly sauce. And I mean, for me, that's light enough. But you know what? A nice chocolate cake, you know, a nice triple chocolate cake with like a chocolate ganache on there. You know what? I think I might be making cake a little bit later on. Maybe not. I might be a little too intoxicated for that. But that would be a really good idea for this. I'm just sipping. I am sipping. All right. So we're going to kill the heat now. Grab that. Put it on there. Booyah. Okay. And of course, you want to get this into the oven. And the power of TV land, okay? I have got some already ready. Okay, so we've got our chicken thighs. Now you see some colors developed. We've got some potato over here on that side, right? Now this is extremely hot. Please, 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 please be careful. You want to hit the potatoes with a little bit of salt while it's still kind of going a little bit. Okay. Okay, give it a little flip, and you want to salt the other side as well. This I love. So, in the amount of time that it's going to take for this to sort of cool down just a bit, I'm actually going to, nice catch on my end, okay? I'm actually going to take my broccolini, hit it with a little bit of EVOO, right? Give it a little bit of salt. Again, you don't want to overdo it too much, you know? You want to enhance flavors that are already there. A little garlic. I love garlic, so if you're impartial to it, you don't have to engage. Grab another baby sheet pan, throw it on there. You can put the oven on, the broiler on. This will not affect your chicken and potatoes that are already in the oven. It will still continue to cook. Put that thing on high. Another baby sheet pan. Look at that. All right. I love my kitchen towels. Make sure they're even. After we're done with that, we can get rid of that. And then we drink some more. Questions?
Yeah, chef. Do you enjoy cooking at home as much as you enjoy cooking in a restaurant or at parties?
You know, can I be truthful with this response? I really just order pizza when I'm home. That's it. I order a lot of takeout. But if I have a date night happening, you know, I love to cook, and we'll sit at the table and we'll have wine and all that good stuff. But yeah, I can't say it's one of my favorite things to do when I get home. You do it at work. You just want to come back, kick back, relax, and chill out. Maybe my mind will change soon, but who knows?
So where do you get your pizza from?
I know a lot of you guys are going to judge me on this, and just stop it now. I really love Domino's. I love pepperoni and pineapple and green peppers on my pizza, and I know you guys are going to judge me for the pineapple, but don't judge me. Like, I love pineapple. I'm from Barbados. There's a place in Barbados called Pizza Man Doc, and growing up, they would put ham, ground beef, pineapple, the green peppers on there. So I think it's just embedded in me to really just love it. Sorry. And of course, putting everything back in its respective place. I love my kitchen to be in full order. Keep my dirty dishes off to the side. Always keep olive oil in the squirt bottle off to the side here. Right? I'm gonna grab my plate because we are gonna get ready to plate this thing up. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm growing a little bit impatient with my broccolini. So you know what? I gotta pull out. Guys, I gotta pull out the blowtorch. Come on, you know what I mean? If you are not well versed in said blowtorch, don't do it. I am a professional. I do this frequently, so keep calm, right? And yes, I can still manage even though I've had half of my cocktail already. Which again, the BTC cocktail, which can be found at Nordstrom, flagship New York City, amazing, absolutely amazing. I literally love this. So, if you take your time, your broccoli is going to turn into a nice, vibrant green. Okay. I want to show you what this is going to look like. That nice bright green. That's exactly what you're looking for. Okay. But I was being very serious when I said I was going to use a blowtorch on this. So, when we're catering and we have huge events and we don't have a char broiler on hand, what we do, and I feel like I need to show you this super close, right? Just go ahead. You just want to give it that char. I don't know if you guys can really see that. I'm going to get as close as I can. Right? You want that color. Okay? Now I'm pretty quick with, tossing and turning pretty hot things. Let's just say I have no fingertips. All right, we got a question.
Yeah, chef. If I don't have a torch, What's my trick to get these charred?
Well, you're gonna leave it in the broiler. Just leave it in there for quite some time, but make sure that the rack is very close to that flame. That way you can accomplish the char that I'm speaking of. All right. So let me just hold one of these bad boys up close so you can sort of see what I was referring to. Okay. Now that thing is hot. I don't know if you guys see the steam coming from that, but I almost lost a fingertip there. But yeah, you see the little bits of char is exactly what you want. Okay. Now let's grab our chimichurri that has been sitting in the fridge. Like I said, you know, if you use a nice olive oil blend, it won't coagulate, aka get really stiff like normal olive oil would. But you know, exactly what you're going for. So all those flavors are going to help bring everything together. Okay, I'm going to grab one more cutting board because I want to really present this as I would if I was at a private client's house. Nice, fresh, and clean. Okay. I'm also going to grab another knife here. So I've given the chicken a chance to cool, so I can go ahead, just give it a nice cut. Okay, I feel like 2 pieces per person should be sufficient. So you can hear a little bit of that crunch happening. You're gonna grab 2 fondant potatoes. You're gonna angle them off to the side, right? I'm going to take a little bit of the broccolini. Again, nice, vibrant, and green. I love my veggies. Yum. So go ahead and put that chicken right on top of there. And again, if you're doing this and your friends are coming over, they're going to be like, oh my God, what is this? A simple dish. Now go ahead and you get that chimichurri right on there. Don't be afraid to even put it on potatoes. You know, just do like a nice little line straight across. And I mean, look at this, guys. Get in here. Look at that. Now, doesn't this look beautiful? Doesn't this look good? Nice, healthy, light, beautiful dish. One citrus does not overpower the other. Thank you again to all of our sponsors, God's Love, We Deliver, PricewaterhouseCoopers, as well as Nordstrom, and certainly New York City Pride. Please, guys, enjoy yourselves. And again, if you can find anything in your heart to donate, please do so. Thank you.